Stop scrolling. If you have a Filipino passport, you're holding a golden ticket to breathtaking destinations, no visa, no stress. One of these places is so welcoming, you might never want to leave. This isn't just a travel list, it's your passport to freedom. Buckle up, because we're taking off now. Wait, did you just say 183 days visa-free? Half a year? Yes, you heard that right. Filipinos can spend 6 full months in one of the most breathtaking countries on Earth, Peru. That's half a year to explore ancient ruins, conquer the Amazon jungle, and eat some of the best food you've ever tasted. And trust me, after this, every other trip you've taken will feel basic. So let's dive into this South American wonderland and why it should be at the top of your travel bucket list. First stop, Machu Picchu. And let me warn you, photos do not do this place justice. Perched nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, this lost city of the Incas is like stepping straight into a fantasy movie. Misty peaks, mysterious stone ruins, and that eerie silence that makes you feel like time has frozen. Legend has it Machu Picchu was built as a royal retreat or an ancient alien airport. Who really knows? But what we do know is that you'll never forget the moment you first lay eyes on it. And don't worry, you don't have to hike for days to get here. There's a scenic train ride that winds through the Andes Mountains so you can sip hot cocoa and pretend you're in a National Geographic documentary. If Machu Picchu is the crown jewel, Cusco is the treasure chest. This city was once the beating heart of the Inca Empire, and today it's a beautiful collision of history and modern life. Walk through cobblestone streets lined with Incan stone walls, Spanish cathedrals, and hip cafes serving up the strongest coffee you'll ever drink. You might even bump into a local Quechua woman walking her alpaca like it's a golden retriever. Yes, that's a thing. But let's be real, after all this walking, you're gonna be hungry. If you haven't tried ceviche, you haven't truly lived. This zesty dish made of fresh fish cooked in lime juice is Peru's national pride. And for the meat lovers out there, lomo saltado is a stir-fried steak dish with a crazy mix of Asian and Peruvian flavors that will change your life. Oh, and if you're feeling adventurous, there's cuy, also known as roasted guinea pig. Yep, you heard me. It's a delicacy here, but if your childhood pet was a guinea pig, you might want to sit this one out. And let's not forget the pisco sour. This legendary cocktail is a mix of Peruvian pisco, lime, egg whites, and bitters. One sip and suddenly everything in life makes sense. Now let's crank up the adventure. Did you know Peru has a slice of the Amazon rainforest? Picture this. You're on a boat, gliding through a jungle so dense it feels like the trees are whispering secrets. Parrots overhead, pink dolphins in the river, and deep in the shadows, something is watching. Jaguars? Maybe. Giant anacondas? Definitely. But don't worry, your tour guide probably knows how to wrestle one. After all that jungle action, Lima is where you kick back. This capital city is like the cool older cousin who knows where all the best parties are. The Miraflores district offers oceanfront views, incredible nightlife, and some of the best seafood you'll ever taste. And if you're into history, the catacombs beneath the San Francisco church will give you goosebumps. We're talking real human skulls arranged in intricate patterns. Creepy? Yes. Fascinating? Absolutely. Now here's the best part. Peru's surprisingly affordable. Unlike those overpriced tourist traps, looking at you, Europe, here you can live like a king without spending a fortune. Hostels, $10 a night. A meal at a fancy restaurant, $5. Machu Picchu entrance fee, less than a night out in Manila. And remember, 183 days visa-free. That's enough time to learn Spanish, become a ceviche connoisseur, and maybe even start a new life with a pet alpaca. Quick reality check, our stats show that 99% of our viewers aren't subscribed yet. Be a darling and do us a solid. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on life-changing travel tips. It's free and it helps us keep making awesome content. Alright, back to our epic list. Peru was wild, but wait till you see what's next, because the next visa-free country is something you'd never expect. Stay tuned. Hold on to your seats, folks. Imagine stepping into a world where every corner tells a story, where the air is thick with the scent of spices, and where vibrant colors dance before your eyes. Welcome to Morocco, a land where magic isn't just in fairy tales. For Filipino travelers, Morocco opens its doors wide open. You can explore this North African gem visa-free for up to 90 days. That's 3 months of unfiltered adventure, cultural immersion, and let's be honest, a lot of mint tea. Start your journey in Marrakech, a city that feels like stepping into a living, breathing tapestry. The Medina of Marrakech is a labyrinth of narrow alleys, bustling souks, and hidden riads. Lose yourself, literally, in the vibrant markets where every stall offers a new temptation, from handcrafted lanterns to intricate rugs. And when you need a breather, the Jardin Majorelle offers a serene escape with its cobalt blue structures and exotic plants. Next, venture to Fez, often dubbed the world's largest car-free urban area. The Medina of Fez is a UNESCO World Heritage Site boasting over 9,000 winding streets. Here, tradition isn't a thing of the past, it's a way of life. Visit the Chuara Tannery, where leather-making techniques have remained unchanged for centuries. But be warned, the smell is as authentic as it gets. Consider this your official olfactory challenge. Tucked away in the Rif Mountains lies Chef Chow Chuan, the famed blue city. Every building, alley, and even staircase is painted in varying shades of blue. It's an Instagrammer's paradise, but beyond the photo ops, it's a place of calm and reflection. Stroll through the serene streets and you'll feel as if you've stepped into a dream. No trip to Morocco is complete without experiencing the Sahara Desert. Embark on a camel trek over golden dunes, and as night falls, witness a sky so full of stars it feels like the universe is putting on a private show just for you. It's humbling, it's awe-inspiring, and it's a gentle reminder of our place in the grand tapestry of life. For the adventurers, the Atlas Mountains offer trails that wind through Berber villages, lush valleys, and snow-capped peaks. Whether you're an avid hiker or just someone who appreciates a good view, the landscapes here will leave you breathless, and not just because of the altitude. If the coast calls to you, Essaouira is the answer. This laid-back seaside town boasts windswept beaches, historic fortresses, and a Medina that's refreshingly hassle-free. It's the perfect spot to unwind, enjoy fresh seafood, and let the Atlantic breeze rejuvenate your soul. Now, let's talk about the food, because priorities. Moroccan cuisine is a symphony of flavors. From the savory goodness of tagine to the fluffy perfection of couscous, every meal is a celebration. And don't even get me started on the pastries. One bite of pastilla and you'll consider relocating permanently. Often overshadowed by its more famous siblings, Rabat, the capital city, is a treasure trove of history and modernity. Explore the Kasbah of the Udayas, a fortress with stunning views over the Atlantic, or visit the Hassan Tower, an unfinished minaret that stands as a testament to the city's rich past. Plus, with new flight routes making it more accessible, there's no excuse not to visit. Let me share a story. Maria, a fellow Filipino traveler, decided to take the plunge and spend her summer in Morocco. She found herself in a small Berber village in the Atlas Mountains where she was invited to a local wedding. Despite the language barrier, she danced, laughed, and shared in the joy of a community that welcomed her with open arms. It's experiences like these that turn a trip into a lifelong memory. Have you been to Morocco? Planning to go? Share your thoughts, experiences, or questions in the comments below. Let's create a community where we can learn from each other's journeys. We've got more destinations lined up that will ignite your wanderlust. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on our next adventure. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. What if I told you there's a place so beautiful, so unreal, that even heartbreaks don't stand a chance there? That's exactly what happened to Miguel, a 29-year-old graphic designer from Cebu. Miguel had just gone through the worst breakup of his life. You know the kind. The can't eat, can't sleep, every love song feels personal kind of heartbreak. His friends told him, dude, you need a reset. Go somewhere far, somewhere where your ex's ghost can't haunt you. So he booked a flight. Destination? The Maldives. And in just a matter of days, heartbreak turned into healing. Now here's the best part. Filipino travelers get a 30-day visa-free stay in the Maldives. That's an entire month to soak in the sun, swim in the clearest waters on earth, and live your best island life. But trust me, this place is more than just pretty beaches. It's a sanctuary for the broken, the dreamers, the adventurers, and the ones who just need to hit pause on life. The moment Miguel stepped onto that soft white sand, he felt different. The warm ocean breeze, the crystal clear waters, the kind locals who greeted him with a smile, everything felt like a fresh start. He checked into an overwater bungalow, and let me tell you, this wasn't just a hotel, it was a floating dream. Waking up to the gentle sound of waves, diving straight into the ocean from his private deck, watching the sky explode in pink and gold at sunset, Miguel started to feel something he hadn't felt in months: peace. And then came the best part. One night, Miguel did something unexpected. He joined a bioluminescent night swim. Imagine floating in pitch black waters and suddenly tiny blue lights shimmer around you like a galaxy beneath the waves. That was the moment Miguel knew his past didn't define him anymore. And if you think that's magical, wait till you hear this. Dining underwater. There's a restaurant where you can literally eat while watching sharks and manta rays swim past your table. Yep, real life Finding Nemo vibes. Swimming with whale sharks. Ever wanted to swim next to a gentle giant? The Maldives is one of the few places on Earth where you can get up close with these massive, friendly creatures. The Maldives is disappearing, no joke. Rising sea levels are slowly swallowing parts of this paradise. Scientists predict that in a few decades, it could be completely underwater. So if you've ever dreamed of visiting, don't wait. The clock is ticking. A week later, Miguel sat on the beach, feet buried in the soft sand, watching the sun dip into the horizon. For the first time in a long time, he wasn't thinking about the past. He wasn't scrolling through old messages or wondering what if. He was here, in this moment, alive. And he realized something. Sometimes the best way to heal isn't to dwell on what's lost, but to immerse yourself in something so breathtaking, so unbelievably beautiful that you remember what it feels like to live again. So what's stopping you? Stress, heartbreak, just need a break from the chaos of life? The Maldives is waiting, and with a 30-day visa-free stay, all you need is a passport, a plane ticket, and a little courage to hit book. Oh, and before you go, smash that like button if you'd take this trip in a heartbeat. And if you haven't subscribed yet, come on guys, 99% of you watching aren't subscribed. Be a darling, do us a solid, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on your next great escape. Marco never thought a random weekend search for cheap flights would lead to the most unforgettable trip of his life. One moment he was scrolling through deals, and the next he was stepping into the buzzing streets of Taipei, where neon lights flickered, the air smelled like sizzling dumplings, and every corner whispered, "Come closer, I have something delicious for you." And the best part? No visa required. That's right, Filipino travelers can explore Taiwan visa-free for 14 days, which is just enough time to fall in love with the food, the culture, and possibly an attractive local who teaches you how to use chopsticks properly. Because Taiwan is one of Asia's best-kept travel secrets, and it won't stay that way forever. Flight prices are low, the streets are ridiculously safe, seriously. People leave their bikes unlocked like it's a utopia, and tourism is booming. Translation? Get there before every influencer and their grandmother turns Taiwan's hidden gems into the next overhyped Instagram spots. Marco's first stop? Shilin Night Market. Picture this. He's standing in front of a stinky tofu stall, sweating bullets. A local vendor grins, hands him a plate, and says, "Don't think, just eat." One bite later, Marco's taste buds are in shock, confusion, and possibly an existential crisis. But guess what? He loved it. Then came the Xiaolong Bao tiny soup bombs of joy. He popped one in his mouth too fast, burned his tongue, and had to sit in silence, regretting all his life choices. But was it worth it? Absolutely. Taiwan is the ultimate paradox. One moment you're in awe of Taipei 101, the towering giant that once held the title of world's tallest building. The next, you're at Longshen Temple, watching people light incense and make wishes, probably hoping they'll finally get a text back. And if you love nature, prepare to have your mind blown. Taroko Gorge, a jaw-dropping canyon that looks like it was hand-painted by the gods. Sun, Moon, Lake, so peaceful you'll consider quitting your job and becoming a monk. Hot springs, imagine sinking into steamy, mineral-rich water, stress melting away like a popsicle in Manila heat. Now let's talk money. Taiwan looks expensive, but it's not. Street food feasts for under $5. Public transport that's cheaper and cleaner than your ex's excuses. Budget-friendly hotels that still feel high-end. Marco, he spent less than he expected and even had extra for souvenirs. Cue the pineapple cake overload. So, what's stopping you? Taiwan is an adventure waiting to happen. And before you go anywhere, smash that like button if Taiwan is now on your bucket list. Oh, and don't leave just yet, because the next country on this list, it might just blow your mind. Stay tuned. Okay, let's be real. Singapore is the kind of place that makes you question if your own country is even trying. I mean, it's so clean, so futuristic, and so efficient that you start wondering, is this even real life? Take Paulo, for example. He's a Filipino traveler who landed in Singapore, stepped out of Changi Airport and immediately panicked. Why? Because he forgot to throw away his chewing gum before arrival. Wait, did they actually check for that? Will I get arrested, he thought, sweating bullets? Relax, Paulo, you won't get thrown in jail, probably. But yeah, Singapore takes cleanliness seriously, and that's part of what makes it amazing. Let's talk about that skyline. Marina Bay Sands, it looks like a spaceship parked on top of 3 skyscrapers. Gardens by the Bay, those glowing super trees make you feel like you're in a sci-fi movie. And Sentosa Island, it's like someone took all the best theme parks and smushed them together on one tiny island. Culture shock in the best way possible. But here's what people don't always talk about. Singapore isn't just fancy buildings and infinity pools, it's a culture explosion. You can start your morning in Chinatown eating dim sum, have lunch in Little India with a plate of spicy biryani, and end your day in Kampong Glam, sipping teh tarik and vibing with the street art. It's like traveling across Asia without ever leaving the city. If you leave Singapore without eating at a hawker center, did you even go? Hainanese chicken rice, perfection. Chili crab, messy, spicy, and worth every bite. Laksa, a flavor bomb in a bowl. And let's not forget kaya toast, the best thing to ever happen to bread. And here's the best part, you don't have to be rich to eat like a king. Singapore's street food is some of the best and cheapest in the world. In fact, some hawker stalls have Michelin stars. Yep, street food's so good, it's Michelin approved. Hold up, you've made it this far, which means you're loving this, so why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Singapore's MRT system is so efficient it'll ruin public transportation for you forever. Clean, fast, and so easy to use that even if you have zero sense of direction, you'll never get lost. Is Singapore expensive? Kinda, but also not really. Yes, Singapore can be pricey, but if you plan smart, stick to hawker centers, use public transport, and pick budget-friendly stays, you can enjoy everything without selling a kidney. Singapore is one of those places that feels like a different planet, but in the best way possible. And hey, if you made it this far, smash that like button and tell me what's the first thing you'd do in Singapore. And don't go anywhere yet because the next country on this list, let's just say, it might surprise you. Stay tuned. Tina thought she knew what to expect from Hong Kong. Tall buildings, neon lights, dim sum, cool, right? But nothing prepared her for what actually happened on her first day. One moment, she was peacefully strolling through the Temple Street night market, and the next, she was in a full-blown negotiation battle with an old vendor over a fake designer bag. I give you best price, the vendor declared. Too expensive, Tina shot back. Okay, final price. Spoiler, it wasn't the final price. But that's the magic of Hong Kong. It keeps you on your toes, whether you're haggling for souvenirs or sprinting to catch the Star Ferry before it leaves. And here's the best part. For Filipino travelers, you can stay visa-free for up to 14 days. That's 2 whole weeks to experience the city's wild mix of urban energy, jaw-dropping landscapes, and legendary food. Hong Kong's skyline is pure insanity. Victoria Peak gives you a view so unreal, it looks like a screensaver. And at night, the city lights up like it's competing with the sun. But there's a secret here. Most tourists take the Peak tram, but the real pros, they take a bus or hike up for a more epic, less crowded experience. And don't even get me started on Mongkok. This place is sensory overload. Crowds insane. Markets endless. The energy like a caffeine overdose. It's chaotic, it's loud, it's beautiful, and it's so Hong Kong. Most people think Hong Kong is just skyscrapers and shopping, but guess what? It's also home to some of the most stunning nature spots in Asia. Dragon's Back Trail, a hiker's paradise with coastline views that make your Instagram explode. Lantau Island, where you can escape the city, visit the Big Buddha, and take a cable car that feels like it's floating above the clouds. Beaches, yes, Hong Kong has actual beaches. Repulse Bay, absolute vibe. Shopping in Hong Kong is like a sport, and trust me, you either win or you get scammed. Luxury lovers, hit up Causeway Bay. Street market warriors, Mongkok is your battleground. Tech junkies, Sham Shui Po has gadgets you didn't even know you needed. And if you're hunting for the cheapest, most legendary souvenirs, just follow the aunties, they know where the deals are. Hong Kong's food isn't just good, it's life-changing. Dim sum heaven, if you leave without trying char siu bao, BBQ pork buns, you've failed Hong Kong. Street food madness, egg waffles, fish balls, and pineapple buns? Say no more. Michelin-starred cheap eats. Yes, you can eat award-winning food for just a few bucks at places like Tim Ho Wan. Tina, she left Hong Kong 5 pounds heavier and 0 regrets. Hong Kong is fast, loud, delicious, and unforgettable. Whether you want city thrills, nature escapes, or next-level food, it's all here. And it's visa-free. But wait, the next country on our list? It has a secret most travelers don't know about. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss it. Smash that like button if Hong Kong is on your bucket list. And if you've been here before, drop your wildest Hong Kong experience in the comments. Kevin never planned on getting lost in a Balinese jungle, but there he was, drenched in sweat, his phone at 5%, and a friendly monkey casually trying to steal his backpack. How did he end up here? Well, it all started with a cheap flight deal, a 30-day visa-free stay, and a dream of adventure in Indonesia. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to explore a country with over 17,000 islands? That's like visiting a new paradise every day for 46 years. So if you're Filipino and craving an escape, guess what? Indonesia is waiting for you. No visa needed for 30 days. That's a whole month of beach hopping, food tripping, and culture soaking. And Kevin? Oh, he's about to take you on a ride. First stop, Bali. You've seen the Instagram photos, crystal clear waters, golden beaches, and those iconic rice terraces that look straight out of a fantasy movie. But nothing prepares you for seeing it in real life. Kevin starts his day in Uluwatu, where ancient temples sit on towering cliffs above crashing waves. He's standing at the edge, mesmerized by the sunset, until a sneaky monkey snatches his sunglasses. Lesson learned. In Bali, you're not just sightseeing, you're surviving the wildlife too. And if you think Bali is just about beaches, think again. The gates of heaven at Lempuyang Temple, pure magic. The Tegalalan rice terraces, nature's masterpiece. And let's not forget Canggu's epic nightlife, where Kevin attempts to dance after one too many coconut cocktails. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well. Now let's talk about food, because if you leave Indonesia without stuffing your face, you're doing it wrong. Kevin's first meal? Nasi goreng. Imagine fried rice, but on steroids. Spicy, smoky, and topped with a runny egg. Then there's satay. Grilled meat skewers dunked in rich peanut sauce. And rendang? It's like your taste buds went to heaven and never came back. Oh, and let's not forget durian, the king of fruits, the destroyer of friendships. Kevin took one bite and instantly regretted it, but hey, at least he tried. But here's the thing, Indonesia is so much more than Bali. Kevin hops on a ferry to Komodo Island, home to real-life dragons. Yes, actual Komodo dragons. They're massive, terrifying, and move like they own the place. Because, well, they do. Then there's Mount Bromo, where Kevin wakes up at 3 a.m., yes, 3 a.m., to hike up an active volcano. Standing at the top, watching the sunrise paint the sky in shades of orange and purple, worth every step. And let's not forget Raja Ampat, arguably the most beautiful diving spot on the planet. Crystal clear waters, vibrant coral reefs, and more marine life than you can count. Even if you're not a diver, just floating in these waters feels like a dream. Now you might be wondering, is Indonesia expensive? Short answer, nope. For the price of one fancy dinner in Singapore, you can live like royalty in Indonesia. Budget hostels, $10 a night. Delicious street food, less than $3. And transport, a few bucks can take you from one paradise to another. Kevin, he came with a budget, but left feeling like a millionaire. So here's the big question. What's stopping you? Indonesia isn't just a destination. It's a feast for your senses, a thrill for your soul, and an adventure you'll never forget. And if Kevin's story hasn't convinced you yet, just wait till you see what's coming next. Thailand isn't just a vacation spot, it's an experience. A place where you can explore golden temples in the morning, feast on legendary street food in the afternoon, and party on a beach till sunrise. And for Filipinos, it's a dream destination. The best part? You can stay visa-free for up to 30 days. That's a whole month to eat, explore, and enjoy without breaking the bank. But before you pack your bags, let's dive into what makes Thailand so irresistible. If Manila had a wilder, crazier cousin, it would be Bangkok. This city is electric. Neon lights, roaring tuk-tuks, and markets that never seem to close. You can shop till you drop in Chatuchak Market, visit the jaw-dropping Grand Palace, and experience the chaos of Khao San Road. But be warned, crossing the streets in Bangkok is an extreme sport. 1 second it's clear, the next, a stampede of motorbikes comes out of nowhere. Imagine crystal clear waters, soft white sand, and long-tail boats drifting in the distance. That's what awaits you in Thailand's islands. Whether it's Phuket, Krabi, or Koh Samui, these beaches are next-level stunning. For the ultimate adventure, take a boat tour to the famous Phi Phi Islands, where the beach was filmed. Just don't expect to have it all to yourself. Unless you're okay with sharing it with 500 other tourists snapping Instagram pics. Let's be real, one of the biggest reasons Filipinos love Thailand, the food. From pad thai and mango sticky rice to the legendary tom yum soup, every bite is an explosion of flavors. But beware, Thais don't play when it comes to spice. You might think you can handle it, but when a local says, only a little spicy, trust me, they're lying. And if you're feeling brave, try the exotic street food. Scorpions, anyone? Here's the best part. Thailand is insanely affordable. Whether you're staying in a budget-friendly hostel or a luxury resort, you'll get way more for your money compared to other tourist spots. Street food is cheap, public transport is efficient, and with a little planning, you can live like a king on a Filipino budget. So if you're looking for a destination where you can stretch your peso and have the time of your life, Thailand is calling. Picture this. You're riding a tuk-tuk through the bustling streets of Bangkok, a bag of spicy papaya salad in one hand and the night air buzzing with life around you. This is Thailand. And if you haven't been yet, what are you waiting for? Comment below, what's the first thing you do in Thailand? Eat, explore, ride a tuk-tuk at full speed? Let's hear it. You're craving adventure, mouth-watering food, and a luxury experience without breaking the bank. What if I told you there's a country where you can have all three, visa-free? Welcome to Malaysia, a destination that blends vibrant cities, lush jungles, and breathtaking beaches, all while being one of the most affordable places to visit. And here's the best part. Filipino travelers can stay here visa-free for up to 30 days. That's a whole month of epic experiences. Picture this, you step out of the airport and boom, Kuala Lumpur hits you with its energy. The Petronas Towers pierce the sky like twin giants, glowing against the night. But here's something that will blow your mind. There's a skyscraper here taller than the Empire State Building, and no, it's not the Petronas Towers. More on that in a sec. You weave through bustling street markets where vendors call out in a mix of Malay, Chinese, and Tamil. The smell of char kway teow and nasi lemak is too much to resist. You take a bite and suddenly you get it. This is the kind of food that makes people book flights. But Malaysia isn't just about futuristic skylines, it's wild in the best way. Ever heard of Langkawi? Think crystal clear beaches, waterfalls hidden in the jungle, and a sky bridge so high it'll make your legs shake. Or how about Borneo, where you can literally meet orangutans in the wild? Yes, real ones, not just the stuffed toys you bring home as souvenirs. And if you're into adventure, the Cameron Highlands will make you feel like you stepped into another world. Picture rolling green hills covered in tea plantations, where the air is so fresh you'll forget what city pollution smells like. Here's where Malaysia really wins. You'd expect a country with this much to offer to be expensive, right? Nope. A full meal in a hawker center, $2. Public transport, super cheap and efficient. Even luxury hotels here cost less than a budget room in other major cities. Ooh, and remember that skyscraper taller than the Empire State Building? It's the Merd Ka 118, the second tallest building in the world. And guess what? Not enough people are talking about it. Malaysia is a gold mine for travelers. Stunning, diverse, budget-friendly, and visa-free. If you haven't added it to your bucket list yet, what are you waiting for? And before you go anywhere, smash that like button if Malaysia just moved to the top of your list. Oh, and don't go anywhere yet, because the next country, it's even wilder. Stay tuned. Be honest, have you ever dreamed of just dropping everything, hopping on a plane, and landing in a place that feels like a completely different universe? A place where the beaches are golden, the streets are alive with music, and the energy is so contagious you can feel it in your bones. Well, guess what? Brazil is calling. And for Filipinos, this isn't just some far-fetched fantasy. You can stay in Brazil visa-free for up to 90 days. That's 3 whole months of pure adventure, no paperwork, no visa fees, no headaches. But hold on, before you get too excited, there's something you need to know. Brazil's incredible, but it's also unpredictable. One wrong move and your dream vacation could turn into a nightmare. Just ask Anna. Anna, a 29-year-old from Manila, had always dreamed of visiting Brazil. She imagined samba dancing under the stars, sipping fresh coconut water on Copacabana Beach, and taking selfies with Christ the Redeemer towering behind her. And for the first few days, it was exactly like she imagined. The energy in Rio de Janeiro was unreal. The streets were buzzing with life, the food was out of this world, and the people, some of the most warm and passionate she'd ever met. But then things took a turn. One evening, while exploring a local market, Anna got distracted by the music and crowd. She reached into her bag to grab her phone. Gone. Her wallet also gone. Within seconds, she became just another tourist who had fallen victim to Brazil's infamous pickpockets. Now, don't get me wrong, Brazil is breathtaking, but you need to stay sharp. Pickpocketing is common in tourist areas, especially in cities like Rio and Sao Paulo. So if you're visiting, keep your valuables secure and stay aware of your surroundings. Despite the hiccup, Anna didn't let that one incident ruin her trip, because Brazil, it's too good to miss. Beaches that make MOROCCO look basic. Okay, maybe not basic, but Brazil's coastline stretches over 7,400 kilometers with hidden gems like Jericoacoara and Fernando de Noronha. These beaches are untouched, crystal clear, and give you that paradise-found feeling. Parties that never end. If you think Filipinos know how to throw a fiesta, wait until you experience Carnival in Brazil. It's the biggest, wildest, most colorful street party on the planet with millions dancing in the streets. The Amazon rainforest, nature's ultimate playground. Did you know that 60% of the Amazon rainforest is in Brazil? If you're craving adventure, you can explore the jungle, spot exotic wildlife, and even visit indigenous tribes. Food that will change your life. Imagine a feast of Brazilian barbecue, churrasco, where waiters just keep bringing sizzling meat straight to your plate. And let's not forget brigadeiros, Brazil's version of chocolate heaven. Now, before you book that flight, here's the deal. Brazil isn't as budget-friendly as other South American countries. While you can find affordable hostels and street food, transportation, tourist attractions, and dining in big cities can get pricey. So if you're traveling to Brazil, plan your budget wisely. A little research goes a long way in making sure you experience the best without breaking the bank. Absolutely. It's wild, it's vibrant, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced. But go prepared, keep your valuables close, know your budget, and embrace the adventure. Now let me ask you, if you had 90 days in Brazil, where would you go first? Comment below and let's plan that dream trip together. And hey, if this video gave you even one good reason to visit Brazil, smash that like button and subscribe for more travel insights that will change the way you see the world.